Hello guys, how are you? Hope you're doing fine. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joan. Um, Welcome back. For the returning subscribers, God bless you. For the new subscribers, God bless you. Um, Today we are going to talk about, before I start, guys, please subscribe. Subscribe to my channel and God will bless you. Subscribe, like, and share as you watch the message. Thank you so much. So today I want us to talk about the power of pain. Pain is not meant to destroy us. If you look at it in another perspective, though it's hard to explain when you are in that position of a season of pain. It's hard to fathom so many things, and it can be really challenging when you're going through pain. But pain is not meant to destroy us, it is allowed to make us learn. Uh, Another thing is that God is more concerned with our own development than He is with our own comfort. For this point, I would like to elaborate. Like you might be in a position, or maybe let's put it in a relationship. You might be in a relationship that maybe you're so dependent on someone and they don't respect you, and God is seeing you have a potential. So what God does is to bring pain, the pain of maybe separating you with that person, so that you can get to know your potential. Like the point says that God is more concerned with our own development than He is with our own comfort. When you are in a comfort zone, there are things that must happen for you to get out of that comfort zone, even if it means pain. But at the end of the day, when you get out of that comfort zone, when you go through that pain and when you get the blessings, later is when you get to know that the pain that you had to go through was meant to build you and not to destroy you. Another point is God delivering you from a pain, and at other times He instills pain so that we are going to learn something out of that pain. In short, pain is a produce of power. If you get to look at it in so many ways, pain is a product of power. Because there are times, especially in marriage, there are so many difficulties, and you get to see that maybe one point is suffering so much, and that point, that part, or that, yeah, that part, or that person who is suffering so much, sometimes God has to bring pain, and sometimes God does bring the pain intentionally. So maybe if you have been not, if you have not been awakened, I know what you know what I mean by being awakened, and God is seeing that by you being in slumber, if I may put it that way, you are losing so much, you are losing who you are. He must bring pain. He brings heartbreaks. He brings maybe your partner to talk things, but He does that for you to acknowledge, or for you to realize what kind of potential you have. At times I look at the story of Joseph. Joseph, God knew he was going to be a greater person, but he was in a comfort of his father. But God brought his brothers along. God made everything happen with the brothers so that God could fulfill His great destiny. He had to put pain, the pain of Joseph being his brothers trying to kill him. His brothers did not love him. So when you find yourself in a position that you are asking God, why am I going through this? Why is this pain? Why are you allowing this pain to happen to me? I want us to focus on it in a positive way. And sometimes it's hard, especially when you're going through grief. There is nothing that you can compare when you're going through grief. Grief is another pain that you can't explain. And we ought to question God so many questions when you lose a loved one. But at the end of the day, something good is going to be born out of that pain, even if you've lost someone. Because I've never seen anyone who trusts in the Lord, even if you go through pain, even if you go through frustrations, even if you go through grief, the frustrations and everything, when you go through them, at the end of the day, at the end of that grief, there is always power that is going to be birthed. There is always something birthed after pain. After the storm, there will always be something birthed. And what is birthed is greatness as you go through pain. There are situations in life you might get that you're raised up in a family that you go through hardships, and through those hardships, through the pain that you go through in your childhood, it makes you want to work hard when you get an opportunity in your life, because you don't want to go back to the pain. You don't want your kids to go through the same pain that you went through. So for me, I take it's hard to take pain positively, but if you look at it, pain is always brought to bring positivity or to bring growth into our lives. Another point is, at times we have to get a new attitude towards the pain, what pain can do, and we get a positive attitude, because pain can really change you. Pain can really change you. And when you think about that pain, when you're going through some difficulties in your life, when you imagine the pain that you had to go through, you really get to change the attitude on how you view it. Another thing is that sometimes God's purpose comes packaged in pain. True to that, like Hannah, the story of Hannah. Hannah Penina was meant to do whatever she did to her, to mock her, to tell her all the words she did, all the words she was telling her, to put in that position of pain, agony, bitterness. Because I can imagine if Hannah was not put into that position of pain, she couldn't have realized the fact that she didn't have a child. If she was not put through the pain that she was going through, she couldn't have gone to God with that fervent prayer for her to ask God to bless her. So pain sometimes comes as packaged in pain. Another thing is that do not let your pain put you down. Instead, make you strong. I know it's hard. I will say this again. I know it's not easy when you're dealing with pain, but we should let pain make us stronger. We should let it make us to be stronger. Another point is, it's because of the pain that Jesus went through. That is why we have freedom right now. It is because of the pain that Jesus has to go through on the cross. It is because of the slashes. It is because of the mocking, everything that Jesus went through when he was crucified. It is because of that pain that birthed our salvation, that birthed our freedom, that birthed our redemption. So if you look at it, the pain that Jesus had to go through on the cross is the pain that makes us, if you are a believer, it's that pain that makes us. When you remember what God had to go through on the cross, when that pain got into him, we were redeemed. Another point is, don't ever let the devil define you in your moment of weakness. Now this is the time when the devil knows how to get to you when you're going through pain. That is when you will start hearing whispers. That is when you will start hear your mind telling you things that you can't imagine. Oh, you can. That is when the devil tells you the prayers you pray do not, he does not hear. Why is he taking long? That is the time that the devil knows how to pierce through into your heart for you to be discouraged, for you to lose hope, for you to lose your focus on God, that's the time the devil will make it as his profit, as his time of enjoyment, that time in the moment of weakness. And at that time of pain, that time when you're going through difficulty, that time you're going through that agony, it's the time that you should be more alert, because that is the time that many people fall. If you are a believer, when you are going through pain, it's very easy for you, because the devil will use that time for you to go back to drunkenness, for you to go back to the things that you are doing, because he will start making you feel like you will find pleasure, you will find comfort in those things that you are doing. And this is the time when you're going through pain, it's the time to be watchful. When you're going through pain, it's the time you should pray more. It's not the time that you should be grieving. It's the time you should be close to God. It's the time you should pray like you don't have tomorrow. It's the time you should pray like not any other time, because this is the time the devil waits to devour you. So when you are in pain, be watchful. If you are a believer, be watchful, because many people fall when they are in pain. Another thing is, like when a woman goes into labor, she has to bear the pain. She has to bear the pain of that pushing, of that waiting. She has to bear the pain until she births, because she knows this pain is going to bring out something I've carried for 9 months. So in your season of pain, keep on pushing. Keep on pushing, because even when a woman is going through that pain, that labor pain, she does not give up. When she told to push, she pushes. She pushes. When you mention to her like you're strong, when you don't do this, you'll suffocate the child, you'll do this. She will try every way possible to push until that baby comes out. So if you're going through that season of pain, it's time for you to push. Push in prayers, push in looking up to God, push in hope. Don't give up. Don't feel discouraged. It's not easy, but don't give up. Don't lose hope. Push, because there is something that is going to be birthed out of that pain. The last one is that you can be redeemed in pain. If you focus, when you are in pain, focus on the don't focus on the pain, don't focus on the pain instead, because when you focus on the pain, you will suffer. You will bring too much suffering on you. When you're going through pain, it's time to focus and learn. First, you focus, you learn the lesson, and then out of all that, you're going to grow. You're going to grow stronger than you ever thought, because God puts us in this season. Every person who has a great destiny, if you can look at stories, maybe on YouTube, the people who are successful, the people who have gone through the most pain, are the people who are the greatest, are the people who are great in our times. So pain, embrace pain. That is all I can say, is that embrace pain. No matter in which form it comes, embrace pain. And in your mind, know that that pain is going to birth something great. And God will never leave you. The word of God says God is close to the brokenhearted. God, as long as you're putting your hope on God, as long as your hope is on God, God will never leave you. He will never leave you, even when you're going through that pain. Instead of crying, asking God, why am I going through this? Why are you doing this? Tell God to strengthen you. Tell God to fight your battles. Tell God to give you strength out of the storm. Even when Jesus was going to be crucified, he prayed and asked God, can you remove this cup from me? But the Lord, because he had to go through the pain for us to be here where we are, to have this freedom that we have, to have access to him, God gave him strength. He never removed the cup. He gave him the strength. So if you're there and you're going through pain, ask God, if Lord, this cup, you cannot take it away from me, please, Lord, give me the strength. Give me the strength to come out of this storm. Give me the strength to persevere. Give me the strength to come out of this storm. And as you come out of that storm, believe in God that out of this storm, out of this pain, out of this agony, out of this bitterness, out of this, whatever the situation, something great is going to be birthed, and you're going to be a living testimony. Because if you don't go through pain, you don't have a story to tell. If you don't go through pain, you should question about your destiny, because everyone who has a great destiny in the Bible, in our lives that we live, people who give stories about their lives, they went through pain, great pain, but God gives us strength. That kind of pain you are going through right now, God will give you strength to come out of it. Be positive about that pain, that something great is going to be birthed out of that pain. So pain can be a catalyst of growth. It pushes you beyond your limits. The strength you thought you never had, it's birthed out of that pain. And so many things are birthed out of the pain. And whatever is birthed out of pain, if you focus on God and if you focus positively on that pain, it's something great. So I've come to the end of this video. Don't lose hope. Focus on God. Take that pain positively and know that there is something great upon you. And you can also, at your own time, you can read Romans 8:28, and God will bless you. So please, guys, like I've said, please subscribe to my channel, and God will bless you. Bye bye for now. See you on the next one.